Welcome back to America's Commercial Real Estate Show. I'm Michael Ball. This segment is brought to you by Xceligent. They have great information on commercial real estate trends, rates, and buildings and sales comps in most of the major markets around the U.S. Visit Xceligent.com. Well, today we're talking retail and retail real estate. Please welcome my next guest is Les Adkins. He's CEO of Orange Wave Group. Their website is, guess it, orangewavegroup.com. Les, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Les, one of the things that that you guys are heavily involved in is kind of the millennials.
Yep.
And, you know, I think that a lot of our tenants in retail and the retailers that are watching or listening are kind of keyed in on that's a pretty big group for buying products in retail today, right?
Yeah, actually, depending on what research you see, the average group of millennials is 18 to 34 is what you normally hear, but now we're looking at they're older than that. They're 40 and under is a millennial, right? So just tell you how many there are in the U.S. There's anywhere from 82 to 116 million, again, depending on what survey. Based around the baby boomers that were 78 to 82 million. So they are the largest population ever in existence. And they only are buying things and purchasing things if they can find you on cell phone, mobile device, or in one of their social media platforms.
Yeah, and that's interesting because, you know, the sticks and bricks is having trouble with e-commerce, and more of our sticks and brick retailers are doing omnichannel marketing. They're pulling some of these things. So what should we think about what our retail tenants, what should we see that they're doing today to be a successful tenant?
I think they need to be putting things out there that are going to draw millennials to them. But one of the things about too is also be looking at ways to do that dual type of, yes, we have that, what do you call it, brick and stick?
Bricks and sticks.
Bricks and sticks. But also be able to, you know, provide those services almost in electronic form as well. To be looking at, I mean, Macy's is a great example of that, right? Most of their business went online, and some of their bricks and sticks places are closing. However, to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to pull them in, you've got to be talking about what they're interested in. They could care less how much square footage you have. What they care about more is the building sustainable? Is it a shared space? You know, those types of things. You've got to talk about their community, how it benefits them. Because one of the things about millennials is they want to feel valued, they want to feel part of something bigger than themselves. And if you can bring that message to them, they'll be interested in finding out more about what you have to offer.
Yeah, so let's talk in terms of a developer who has a mixed-use development or a shopping center, or maybe he still has a mall. A lot of our clients do, and listeners out there. So, and it's a big sense of experience today. Everybody in retail wants to have an experience. So if we're trying to create experience and then get these shoppers into our real estate developments, what system should we be on? You mentioned social media.
Right, so here's an interesting thing, and you're gonna laugh at this, right? So, you know I forget, the Pokemon?
Yeah, the old Pokemon.
Yeah, but it's online now where you can actually download it and find the Pokemon and find the monsters. Several retail places, you can actually pay to have your location as a spot where people come.
Are people still doing that, Pokemon?
Yes, they're still
know.
doing it. Yeah, they're still doing it. So one of the big things to answer that question is you have to have an event. Mm-hmm. You have to have a reason other than here's a building, here's what you're trying to sell you, to get people in there, right? Mm-hmm. So those types of things, having, like I think you said it the best, they want to have an experience. So you've got to help your people in that retail or mall or things create that experience.
And what about the actual social media sites, the platforms? If our tenants are retail, we're trying to bring in millennials to shop at our places. Where do we need to be? What social media is most important?
You're gonna laugh. Snapchat. Snapchat's the number one business of retailers right now, going out to try to get people to buy and take care and look at their products, because that's where that audience is. That 18 to 34 demographic is right in the middle of Snapchat. And so then it goes Snapchat, then it goes Instagram, and then, believe it or not, Pinterest is still up there.
Is it?
But here's the interesting thing. Facebook's the behemoth, right? So if you are a retailer and you are selling a product or service, or you're a management company who has a bunch of retailers that you're trying to help, Facebook's almost one of those things that you have to be on as well, because that gives you a much broader audience from that perspective. But if you have limited budget or limited resources, you're better off sticking with, right now, with Snapchat and Instagram.
So on Facebook, can you sell acne medicine and Geritol?
You can actually. So one of the things I know that some of your audience still does that pay-per-click, right? The pay-per-click type of advertisement. I'm not going to knock the pay-per-click, but what the resources are showing is that you can get a lot more engagement with a Facebook ad, which actually, because of the artificial intelligence, if you look for shoes and your Facebook ad is shoes, the next time they log onto Facebook, that ad will pop up so they'll see it, right? So, and you can choose your demographic, you can choose your geo. So it's gotten a lot more sophisticated than even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So you can really target your specific audience with Geritol or, whatever the other thing is that you said. But sorry, I couldn't remember. Acne medicine. Yeah, you can do both of those because they go to a different audience.
I see. So any other tip for retailers or owners of retail properties related to attracting the millennial, keeping the millennial in their places?
So attracting the millennial, keeping the millennial, and you got to make it fun. I mean, they're like, well, why? It's just very clear cut and dried. Well, no, you got to make it fun. And I'm a big fan of millennials. They're the largest population, so the only workforce. So hire a millennial to help you. If you don't understand millennials, hire a millennial. It's like we travel around the country talking about helping organizations with millennial integration, how to acquire them, retain them, keep them longer in your organization. It works the same way for companies that are trying to help retail management and things of that nature. You've got to acquire them, you've got to maintain them, you've got to keep them in your location longer, and the only way to do that is provide an experience that's fun, entertaining, and that they feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves.
Well, we all want to know more about working with millennials and get them into our retail properties in our stores. What's your millennial website?
It's millennialintegration.com. So
Okay.
millennialintegration.com. And we're actually getting ready to start a U.S. workshop tour. We'll do 5 workshops starting in October, and then do one every month in different cities.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, maybe we can go to the workshop, go to your website, get them in our stores, get them in our retail properties.
There you go.
Les, thanks for joining us.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me here.
And stay with us. We'll have more on retail and retail real estate after this short break. Stay with us. This is America's Commercial Real Estate Show.